Yo guys, what is up? Today we'll be discussing the best free-to-play weapon for Hu Tao and why that is. I've decided to make this video in light of the new buff that Hu Tao just received from the closed beta test. Essentially, Hu Tao got a buff to her elemental skill, raising the attack bonus cap from 300% to 400%, and a buff to her second constellation which we're not going into because it's just a pure damage increase. The buff to her elemental skill basically makes 3 and 4 star weapons more viable for her because the attack increase is now comparable to 5 star weapons. Don't get me wrong, 5 star weapons will still be good, just not mandatory anymore, because the new buff made the attack bonus limit almost impossible to hit with 5 star weapons, well at least without 2 pieces of HP percentage main subset artifacts, which really sucks given the best build will always be HP percentage Sands, Pyro damage goblet, and crit damage or crit rate helm. In a realistic scenario, where you have 10% to 20% HP for every piece of artifact besides Sands, in addition to the flat HP bonus from the flower, you would still barely miss the attack bonus cap for a low base attack weapon like Deathmatch, while slightly overcapping a weapon like White Tassel, making it much better for Hu Tao given these weapons have passives that synergize well with Hu Tao. With that out of the way, let's look at the contenders for best free-to-play weapons. An R5 White Tassel. Yes, it is R5 because it's a 3-star weapon and that's basically the only thing that drops from banners. An R1 Deathmatch, an R1 Lithic Spear, and an R1 Black Cliff. For the sake of comparison, a maxed out crit rate helm gives 31.1% crit rate, a maxed out Sands gives 46.6% attack, and a max crit damage helm gives 62.2 crit damage, which means every crit rate percentage is worth around 1.5% attack or 2 crit damage. With that being said, let's compare the Deathmatch to the Lithic Spear. While the Lithic Spear has more stat value compared to the Deathmatch, the stats itself are less efficient on Hu Tao specifically because of her low base attack, making crit rate more desirable. This ranking also takes into consideration the flexibility of the weapon, bumping Lithic down another tier because of its strict passive conditions. Keep in mind, Lithic gets better and better exponentially with refinement, but for argument's sake, we'll be comparing everything at R1. Next, we'll be comparing Black Cliff with Deathmatch. Black Cliff flat out has a worse stat value compared to Deathmatch while having a mediocre passive. Usually this is compensated by the higher base attack values, but due to the recent buffs, the attack difference will be very negligible after using her elemental skill. Finally, we have White Tassel, which has a lower crit value than Deathmatch, but provides a significantly better passive of 48% normal attack damage, which is considered an external damage bonus, meaning it provides the same value as Pyro damage bonus in Hu Tao's case. In terms of damage output, Tassel will outperform Deathmatch solely because of how well Hu Tao utilizes this passive. That being said, Deathmatch provides more overall flexibility given bonuses apply to all her other aspects, such as charged attacks, bloom damage, and ultimate damage. Because of that, I'm more inclined to rank Deathmatch higher than Tassel. An honorable mention would be Crescent Pike, given how prevalent this weapon is due to its insane passive, but as of now, we have no idea if Hu Tao's skill will generate any elemental particles at all after initial usage, as well as her attack speed being on the lower end of spear users to capitalize on Crescent's passive. Overall, I would rate R1 Deathmatch as the best free-to-play weapon for her, followed by R5 White Tassel, then R1 Lithic, and finally R1 Black Cliff. R5 Lithic would overtake R5 Deathmatch, but that's not realistic, especially if Lithic is another craftable weapon. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting more Genshin Impact videos in the future, so stay tuned. See ya, bye!